We're going back in time. We're going back to the 1990s. Topps Decades Premier League 90s edition has been released. Let's have a look at it all and let's discuss it. Topps are going retro. Topps are going back to the early years, the formidable years of the Premier League. Topps have released Decades Premier League 1990s edition. This release is exactly as it sounds. Classic early years Premiership names and players. It's going to have a throwback retro style and design, and this is going to feature a lot of inserts. This release from Topps was also very much done the same as last week's Knockout UCC. This product was released exclusively only through their web store. As you can see on screen, there is your box. There is your Decades Premier League 90s edition. Now, what do you get inside this box? There is 36 cards, which is broken down into 6 cards within 6 packs. You're guaranteed 1 auto and 3 numbered cards. The price point for this release was £140, which is close to 300 Australian dollars. First thing we have to talk about out of the gate is that price point, and it's fucking wild. Compare it to last year's price point for the UCC version, which was only £90. So we've almost doubled in price, going from 90 to 140.
You smell that? What is that?
What?
What's that smell?
A cologne?
No.
Opportunity.
No. Money.
Oh, okay.
I smell money.
Okay.
The hype train for this has again, like Knockout UCC last week, been non-existent. Topps again released details and announced this product 24 hours before the pre-order went live. And of course, again, it sold out instantly within a few minutes, maybe within a few seconds. So Topps are showing hype. Marketing doesn't even need to happen nowadays, which is surprising unto itself, but that's where we are in this current market. So hype train didn't even happen.
Okay, let's go.
So as you can see on screen, there is your base card. There is your subset Terrace Heroes Neville Southall. I love the look of that. It is so 90s, all over that. Beautiful. And I love the fact we're getting the iconic 90s logo of the Premier League in the top right corner. As you can see on screen, there is one of our inserts, the bobbleheads insert, and it takes me back to a kid collecting those figurines. So there we go. There's the Patrick Vieira. As I said in the introduction, we're going to see a lot of inserts going on here. And here's one for Faustino Asprilla. What a player he was for Newcastle. And as you can see, this has kind of a VHS look at the bottom. But there you go. That's going to be one of the inserts. Another one we get to see is a Kevin Keegan. There is the infamous quote he made when they were in the title chase with Man United. And it looks like we will be getting memorable quote cards. So there is a Kevin Keegan one. Insert galore here. And here is the cool Britannia. Love the look of that. So 90s, so retro, beautiful. They've smashed it out of the park, I think, here. There is your John Barnes. Topps are loving the inserts and the retro looks. And here is a Planet Football featuring 2 of the greatest managers of all time. There you go, Sir Alex and Sir Kenny. That is the Planet Football insert. Of course, you have to have autographs, and of course, there will be autographs. And there you can see the iconic man himself, Alan Shearer. There's the one of one. Just a beautiful looking card. I love that look. It's kind of Rugrats. I mean, if you're my age, you remember Rugrats. It's got that Rugrats look about it. So 90s, so retro, so iconic. And there is your autograph. We're also going to get triple autos. I remember these 3 players signing for Chelsea when they did. There's Zazzola, Hullet and Di Matteo, so we are getting triple autos. We're going to get retro relics. There's your Sir Alex Ferguson patch auto. Not sure if it's going to be player worn or match worn, but it does look beautiful when it is the Manchester United logo fully featured. So we're going to get auto patches. Last but not least, what they're calling a whole new ball game. There is your Roy Keane, your one of one. And as you can see, it says midfielder, the Barclays logo, Island, Forest, and 39. So there you go, another insert. As you can see on screen, we get 144 cards in our base set. As you can also see on screen, we get a parallel breakdown going from blue out of 99 all the way down to a gold one of one. Now, the other thing you see on screen is there is subsets within the base set. So, for example, we first get to see their strikers base set, and there's 12 players within that. As you can see, these are all going to be legends and icons of previous years. There's Kanu, Dion Dublin, Chris Sutton, Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, Robbie Fowler, Alan Shearer, and Kevin Phillips, just to name a few. Next up is the Terrace Heroes subset within the base set. 45 players featured. Let's see who we get. We've got Emmanuel Petit, Brian Laudrup, Gus Poyet, Barry Horn, Neville Southall, Colton Palmer, Nigel Martin, Jason McAteer, Dennis Irwin, Yap Stam, Philip Albert, Steve Stone, Gary Mabbott, Rule Fox. Wow, that's a flashback for a Spurs fan. I remember him signing. We were so excited. Didn't do much for us, but he was signed from Newcastle and he was a bit of a pace man on the wing. And of course, finishing out with John Hartson. Next, we get Pioneers. There's 10 in this one. Bergkamp, Henry, Zola, Neville, Schmeichel, and Shearer, just to name a few. Then it rolls into Mercurial Talents. 11 players featured. Lundberg, Gerrard, Nicky Butt, Shay Given, Joe Cole, and Rio Ferdinand, just to name a few. Cool Britannia, we saw the John Barnes of this earlier. Here we get 13 of them. David Platt, Paul Merson, John Barnes himself, Steve McManaman, Ryan Giggs, Terry Sheringham, and Tim Sherwood. Next is In the Mix. There's 11 of them. We have Ray Parler, Tony Yeboah, Jamie Redknapp, Michael Owen, Roy Keane, and Faustino Asprilla. The one I wanted to see the most, and I'm quite excited to see, is Bobbleheads, but I'm very disappointed to only see 5 players featured. That, I feel, is a massive letdown on Topps' behalf. So if you support Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, Man United, or Newcastle, you're going to get a player featured. But for everyone else, we unfortunately miss out. But there you go, 5 cards in the Bobble Cards subset. Memorable quotes, 7 players, Kanu, Hullett, Stan Collymore, and Keegan, just to name a few. Next, we move into partnerships, and as you can see on screen, very iconic, legendary partnerships of the 90s. For example, Henry and Bergkamp, the 2 Neville brothers, Phillips and Quinn, and Anderton and Sheringham, just to name a few. Triple Threat, we saw one of them earlier, the auto version, but there are some base versions. Zola, Di Matteo, and Hullett, Owen, McManaman, Redknapp, and Scholes, Giggs, and Keane for United. We get 1 back 4 card, which it would have been good to see probably a few. This is the iconic back 4 of Arsenal from the 90s. Tony Adams, Steve Bould, Nigel Winterburn, and Lee Dixon. Goals Galore is next. This is going to be an interesting one. It's got Shearer, Fowler, Cole, Ian Wright, all on the same card. So it's a bit of a mishmash of a Newcastle player, Liverpool player, United player, and an Arsenal player. Planet Football is our next subset. 15 players, everyone from Alex Ferguson to Gary Lineker to Harry Redknapp, John Motson, Martin Tyler, and Tim Lovejoy. Then we get Planet Football Duels. So we saw earlier the Kenny Dalglish and Sir Alex Ferguson, but there's also going to be, for example, a Martin Tyler and Andy Gray. So that was quite a few cards just in the base set, the base subsets. But now we have even more. Here are the inserts, starting out with a whole new ball game, 12 players, 12 cards, Ian Wright, Dennis Wise, Ian Rush, Brian Robson, Roy Keane, and Teddy Sheringham. We are getting 17 cards under image variations. So as it says itself, it's going to be different photography used. And we get a Seaman, a York, a Wise, Leboeuf, Zola, David Batty, David James, Michael Owen, and Peter Schmeichel, just to name a few. Autographs are next, and it looks like everything we got in the base set is also going to come in an autograph set. So we're going to get a lot of cards here also. There are 12 strikers autographs, and as you can see on screen, it looks very much the same as last time because you can see there's Dion Dublin, Jimmy Floyd, Robbie Fowler, Les Ferdinand, and Kevin Phillips. Next is the Terrace Heroes autographs, 45 cards featured, which means it's the same subset from the base set. So all of the same players and all of them get autographs. For example, you're going to get a Gus Poyet, you're going to get a Barry Horn, you're going to get a Gordon Strachan, you're going to get a Patrick Berger, you're going to get a Gary Pallister, a Lee Sharp, a Rob Lee, a Gary Mabbott, and a John Hartson, just to name a few. Pioneers are also getting autographs, 10 of them also featured. Same again, Alan Shearer, Gary Neville, Paul McGrath, Rude Hullett, just to name a few. Mercurial Talents, 10 featured, all getting their autographs. Again, we see Danny Murphy, Ryan Giggs, Shay Given, and Rio Ferdinand, just to name a few. Cool Britannia is also getting autographs. You can see a pattern here. 13 players, same as before, ranging from David Seaman to John Barnes to Paul Ince to Ryan Giggs and Tim Sherwood. In the mix, yes, they also have their autographs. Same again, Ray Parler, Jamie Redknapp, Michael Owen, and David Ginola, just to name a few. Partnerships are getting autographs. Triple Threat autographs are also going to get done. And they're the same again as before. So the classic lineup. So you can get a Neville Brothers autograph. You can get a Kevin Phillips and Niall Quinn partnership autograph. And then you see also on screen the triple threats. So that includes the Chelsea players, the Liverpool players, and the Man United players such as Paul Scholes, Ryan Giggs, and Roy Keane. Autographs continue with Planet Football, 14 players. Big ones will be Alex Ferguson, Gary Lineker, Jeff Sterling, and Ozzy Ardiles. Planet Football have dual autographs, so you can get a Sir Kenny and a Sir Alex, just to name one of the four. And last but not least, we get the Retro Autograph Relics checklist. 5 players are going to be featured. There's an Ian Wright, a Dennis Wise, a Zola, a Sir Alex, and a Darren Anderton. So as you know, here at Totally Football Cards, we give a rating out of 5. But before we do, we give you 3 reasons, 3 factors for that score. Reason number 1, it is refreshing to see a release, a product that is solely focused on legends and players of yesterday. This is something I've been asking for a long time, and it's something we need to see more of. By keeping players of yesterday in a release by themselves, frees up the current releases full of just current players. So now the big thing going forward will be Topps and Panini and all these manufacturers keep the legends in legend releases and give us current players in the current season releases.
It's gonna be legend. Wait for it. And I hope you're not lactose intolerant because the second half of that word is dairy. No. Legendary.
Reason number 2. The design just hits right. For something that's retro, for something that's a throwback, makes me feel nostalgic, makes me feel like a kid again. It's old school. It's retro. It's a flashback. It's unique. It's different. It's beautiful.
That woman looks exactly like me.
That's your reflection, Peter.
Oh, I'm beautiful. That woman has her finger up her nose.
That's still your reflection, Peter.
Oh, she's beautiful.
Reason number 3. The return on your money from most products is very slim to fuck all. But your return on a product like this is going to be very, very minimal. This is a retro release, so it's going to be very niche within our niche of soccer cards, but it's also a release that is very heavy on inserts and very heavy on subsets. Add to the fact that the price has gone up, you are going to struggle to get your return on investment unless you hit a one-of-one card, and not only that, a one-of-one card of a name that is desired by the market and desired by collectors. So be aware, getting your money's worth is going to be very difficult.
Hey.
Hey there. So, it's been 24 hours. Got my money?
Oh, you know what? Just give me till next Friday. I'll have it for you.
Oh, that's funny. I could have sworn I said have it today.
Yeah, I don't have it. Sorry.
Oh, well, all right then. That's good, OJ.
So what do we give this out of 5? It's got to be 2.5. There is so much about this release I love, and so much of this release makes me feel like a kid again and makes me feel nostalgic, which is exactly what we want when it comes to collecting. There is so much I love.
Because I love it in here. I fucking love it!
But unfortunately, the reality is Topps put their fucking foot in their mouth and once again went for the money instead of being reasonable with things. Why on earth has this increased from £90 to £140 from last year? There is no reason for it other than it's a Premier League release. So that is unacceptable. Topps just got fucking money hungry based off last year's release.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
For £140 to only be getting 36 cards, I don't think you're going to get £140 worth of value back. Also throw in to the factor that this is going to be printed and made on very cheap cardboard, very cheap stock. So a lot of these cards are going to come out of packs banged up, bad cornering, a lot of whitening, and a lot of surface damage. These cards will struggle to hold their condition and quality long term.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that? What is that, Private Pile?
And last but not least, because this is so niche within our niche, you know, it is being a retro product within a soccer card market is going to have a very selective amount of people wanting it. But nonetheless, because it is so niche, it's going to really be cheap on the secondary market. I don't think many of these cards will hold up its value long term because I can't see people paying excessive money for a Jeff Sterling out of 5 autograph. I just don't see it. So please, for the love of Messi, for the love of God, if you want these cards, hold off. Let this FOMO cycle, let this hype cycle die down and flatten out, because you will be able to, in a couple of weeks, couple of months, get these cards for pennies very, very cheap. Don't overpay, don't enter breaks, collect smart.
All right, fine. I'll figure out a way to get the cash myself. I'm a smart guy.
Peter, no, you're not.
Don't you feel ridiculous now?
If you liked this review, make sure you smash that like button. And if you haven't already yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button, help this channel grow, become one of the community, and make sure you're subscribed. Also, let's never forget, I love to hear from you guys, so hit up those comments down below. What do you think about retro release from Topps? What do you feel about Decades Premier League 90s edition? Love your input, love your opinions. Hit up those comments down below. This has been Totally Football Cards. My name's Jeremy. Yeah, buddy. Let's get it.